Hello and welcome back to the Eternal Tournament Series Team League. I'm aReNGee and I'm joined by ExKirby, and we are just moving into our second match here. We watched the exciting harsh rule fueled conclusion of Eternal Warcry versus SPG Destiny, and Destiny, true to their name, did take down their opponents 3-1. So they've gone up 1-0 in the first week. We're jumping now to a match that's already fairly well underway. We're seeing Kamato on Chalice Control do what Bradykin did in the first match, taking down two members of OND Feather. They're down to their captain and anchor Ilunix, who is playing Felon Control. We can take a quick overview of the lists, and then we're going to jump down to the game as these players are raring to go.
Yeah. So obviously Kamato, Chalice, nothing too spicy going on here. Again, the Great Pole that's not in the main board, but in the sideboard, which I'm still not a big fan of, but we'll just gloss over that detail. If I can just quickly find their Ilunix's list. He's on
Felon Control.
Yeah, and so it's a fairly standard list. You got the strikes in this time compared to the last Felon Control list we saw where there wasn't. Main problem I have with this one, Swindle. For those of you who don't know, Swindle is a 5-cost, I think it's slow speed spell, isn't it? That draws 2 cards with Spark, draw 3 instead.
Yes.
So I'm not entirely sold on that. It might work out, but I just don't think you're gonna get enough value out of the Spark, but whatever. I'm willing to be proved wrong because I've been proved wrong plenty enough already today. So, beyond that, yeah.
So big card draw is kind of lacking in general, and it looks like Ilunix is trying to fill that role with the Swindle.
Yeah.
If you don't have Spark, it is just a Wisdom of the Elders that's super overcosted, so we'll have to see how it works out. But he's playing a couple of other interesting cards. He's got a couple Levitates, some Lightning Strikes, a card that we didn't talk about beforehand. No Feeding Times, just the Death Strikes, and he's playing 3 Veras up on the top end.
Yeah. So it's more of a grounded control list. You have the strikes to deal with aggro, which unfortunately I'm not going to see too much use versus a Chalice list. Death Strike versus Feeding Time is going to matter too much, I don't think. I don't think there's any Entomb effects in Chalice that I can think of anyway, as they're both players just resolve their mulligans, and we will be going into game.
All right. As I look at it now, I can see the little image in the corner is wrong, so we're just going to fix that quickly, as Feather now leads 2-0. Right.
Yes.
All right, so looking at opening hands, Ilunix has nothing until 4, and Kamato has basically nothing at all.
Yeah, Island's choice is a bit like Vanquish versus Felon Control, in which it hits like all of 2 cards, and one of those cards is Aegis, and one of those cards come back. So take your poison. Beyond that, it's if I had the cards Lumen Defender versus a Steward of the Past, I know which card I'd rather have in that situation, and Ilunix almost, well, he gets up to 4, so getting up to 6 for that Black Sky isn't too far off. Kamato really needs to find basically anything, Wisdom of the Elders, Chalice, some, something.
We're going to be settling in for another long one, is
Yes.
what these hands say. None of these decks are particularly fast out of the gate, but this just sort of compounds that even
As
further.
we have currently received word that Kamato is not currently at his keyboard. God damn it.
All right, guys. We're not trying to draw these control mirrors out any further than they need to be. We have told players to go, and we're just holding on them, so we apologize for that.
I don't. No, I do apologize. No, we're just waiting until Kamato decides he actually wants to play card games. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Maybe we hit him with a slow play penalty. What is the slow play penalty in this situation? Is it in the rules? I don't actually know. I think that's something we'd have to discuss later.
I mean, there's lots of stuff about slow play, but this is the first week. This is the first time the teams have done this. This is the first time that we have done this, so we will get better at this. We don't have Rekenner around to run things on the back end, so as always, without his guiding hand, we get a little bit shunted all over the place.
Kamato kept that hand. It turns out he did actually make the correct decision and null it, and draws into Not much better hand, to be honest. The Temple Scribe is nice, but he can't play it. The Combat he can't play either because he's missing Justice. He can play Chalice if he gets to 4 power, but he's stuck with 2 Chalice in hand until then, so it's not going to be too great for him.
That's what you get, Chalice. Stuck on 2. Alright,
Okay,
well, he broke out of it pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, he's not completely out of it. He can still only play this healer. Meanwhile, here comes the Steward. Lunex has found 5 power, that looks like. Yeah, so he's going to be able to... I know he's found a 6 there, so that's going to be going up to Black Sky, certainly.
So Lunix is also playing the Champion of Cunning Vera package. So he does have some lines where he can get fairly aggressive. So it's not like Kamato's got infinite time. He is only a single power away from Harsh Rule, and does take the time now to deploy the Chalice. So
yes,
and these players are playing pretty fast, which is nice.
Yeah, they're going fast at least, so that's quite nice. As Kamato just takes the 6 there, and that Seek Power means that Harsh Rule is not coming down this turn, which I guess it might not have anyway. Depends how scared you are of two Steward beatdowns.
Lunix chooses not to deploy his Black Sky Harbinger last turn, just wanting to save it, I guess. Didn't want to play too much into Harsh Rule.
I guess if your opponent's not showing anything too scary, just having 2, 3, 5 beatdowns is pretty decent.
Yeah, and now he's got Vera for the next turn, so he can play.
Yeah, so I guess he'd commit this Black Sky.
If he wants to. Won't necessarily do that. But I imagine you do need to clock your opponent a bit more than this. Chalice is ponderous, but it has a lot of health gain. Nope, it chooses not to.
I don't see why you wouldn't, because if I don't know what you're playing around by not playing, that is the thing. Because if your opponent plays Harsh Rule, just go, okay, hold this bar or hold this Black Sky.
Yeah.
Whatever. Kamato just quite happy to play Custom Draw, gets the Sigil, activates Chalice. Has found the 3rd channel.
Chalice is in its element. Lunix is giving him a fair amount of time, and well, you can do that to a little bit. I think with a full Chalice rolling, and like Lunix has no draw of his own. I think you want to apply the gas while you can. He's
just dead if all his channels go off, right? And then he needs another power first. Never mind. So he needs to dig for extra power.
That's a little ways away, but
that is a little ways away. But it's only like 5 turns away. They're not too far away. And that's like 5 to dead. I say Lunix just gonna throw in his stewards here. Kamato considering if he wants to block here. Yeah, importantly, Lunix did use an Annihilate on a 3/3, so I think he's just playing around the double block here. Does Kamato actually just go down to 8 here? So I think you're probably
like your opponent probably has a Harsh Rule, but at some point you got to force them to play it, right?
Yeah.
So...
And you do have the Vara in hand, so the Harsh Rule isn't even that bad. I think you have to play the Black Sky here.
I think passing here is playing too conservatively. You don't threaten lethal, you don't set up lethal, so it gives Kamato a lot of time to deploy his hand to a point where even 2 Veras won't be enough.
Like, especially considering you did just annihilate a 3/3, you want to be aggressive. Yeah, there's a Black Sky. Okay, we're good. Oh, that's a good top deck Lumen Defender. It might. Well, I guess you Harsh Rule anyway, because you could play the Lumen Defender next turn. You're not afraid from any in-hand damage. You get the draw off the healer while you can.
The 4th channel, the Tempest.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, good news for Lunix. Kamato hasn't found his 8th power, so there is a very real chance that Kamato does rick a couple of draws while Lunix just does Vara things. Like,
even more importantly, he hasn't found another Harsh Rule.
Yes. And even more importantly, this Black Sky is actually going to gain some life.
I think Lumen plus Desert Marshal the Vera is probably going to be the play. Because that puts you up to 11 and silences the Vera. And then the defender can just trade with it, so...
Yeah. And the trade's all I'm thinking. And then just hope you don't get clocked down from the air too much. Yeah, I think that's the only reasonable line of play. There is an argument to be made, given you know that it's failed, it doesn't have any in-hand damage. You could just get away with just... I don't know, because if you do that, then you're dead on... I was thinking you could play Loom Defender, play Desert Marshal, and use Chalice on it, but that would just leaves you dead on board, because it taps.
Well, you can then Islands favor the Vera,
I guess you could,
and
actually, yeah.
you're not killing yourself, but I don't think that's the line you want to do.
Then you are also on 3 health, which isn't ideal.
Yes.
Um,
So Lunix is not playing. He's not really playing any burn. So he does have sideboard channels of his own, but in the main board, there's nothing that Kamado really needs to worry about.
Mm.
So.
It's just what... Yeah, I think it is just Loom Defender, Desert Marshal Pass.
I think that's the best line. It is possible to go for something else. If you want to use that Island's favor. You definitely don't want to leave the Vera on silent. So I think Desert Marshal is going to happen almost no matter what. So then it's just a question of what do you want to do with your other 2 power. The draw card Island's favor line isn't horrible.
But it does take you to 3, yeah. If he plays the Loom Defender, like, even if your opponent doesn't have a Vara, going to 3 with no in-hand silence. If your opponent top decks a Black Sky Harbinger, or... I mean, he has Black Sky Harbinger still alive, like, he just hits you with that and it's over.
It puts you down a lot further. Lunix does get to draw here some cards, so that's nice for him. Giving Chalice a bit of its own medicine, but now...
here we go. Here we go. It's channel time. I mean, I presume the channel comes down here.
I mean, it's not necessarily channel time. There's a line where you say, all right, let's reset a bit. You know, you play the second Lumen Defender, and then you've got a huge life buffer to go channel. But you draw so many cards, and you have enough of a space buffer that it may be safe to go for that. But then you're not playing very well around removal spells, because if that Vera does get through, it is still a 6/6, and it will kill you because you're sacrificing 5 in the air. So I think getting another blocker out and sort of resetting that way might be the better line.
The problem is, if you do this line of play, the Black Sky Harbinger lives. The Black Sky Harbinger is gaining Lunix a not insignificant amount of health every turn.
Which makes it more difficult to channel him to the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of here. Like, delaying the channel by any given amount does reduce.
But, so for Kamado's deck, it has... It also does not play any main deck Parliaments, but I think in this particular spot where you've already got all 4 channels, you're not really worried about rushing them out and bursting your opponent down. You're more worried about surviving into the long game, because eventually these are all just going to, like... It doesn't matter how many Veras you have, like 4 channel, the Tempest is going to kill you before 4 Veras come down.
It's not the Veras I'm worried about, it's a Black Sky Harbinger that's there not being answered.
I imagine he'll answer it this turn.
Doesn't have an answer to it this turn. Like he
can channel it. Yeah,
but that's a channel that's not going face.
Oh, he's got 3 more.
I don't think 3 channels is lethal, or on 33. Or it might be. Let me.
Yeah, that gets into a lot more weird math.
Yeah. So that's -1 channel plus 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the first one would do 12. You might be able to get it, but like even if he channels this Black Sky Harbinger, there is a second Vara and a second Black Sky Harbinger in the hand of a Lunix. So,
alright, this Seek power doesn't say anything.
Yeah, that's just shuffle.
I mean, maybe you just get Chalice started. No, he's going for a channel, and he chooses the BSH.
All right.
That puts him to 9 cards in hand exactly.
Yeah, drawing into that Archive Curator does make me feel a lot better about this whole thing, because now you can silence the Black Sky Harbinger. That was 4 life gauges straight there from a Lunix, though. But yeah.
Again, against the amount of life gain, I don't think that you're trying to.
You're not necessarily trying to race him. You're just trying to get to a state where you can just establish a board state where you can say, okay, you don't do enough damage to me to kill me.
Because like he's got the Kothons, right? So he has some action. Just if you can grind Feln out of resources, you can just win with your 4/4s. You don't need to channel burn them because you're not that far behind.
The Feln does also have champions. This is the thing I'm worried about. It does have a lot of ways to stop flying units.
Yes. The champions plus the Veras are really the scary part. I don't think the Black Skies are going to kill them on their own. It does slow down the kill.
Yeah, the Black Sky
which buys time for the champions, I guess.
Yeah, the Black Sky is what's going to win the game. The Black Sky is make sure you don't lose the game until you find the champion to win the game. Kato just going to search out some more power, and I think he's either playing Kothon and activating Kothon, or he's playing the Archive Curator here. I think is the 2 lines of play he has. Unless he really would, because
YOLO channel face discards like 4 cards, so probably don't want to do that.
3 cards. Actually, no, discard 2 cards, I think. Because he use 1 to go to 8, draw 3, go to 11. He'd have to discard 2.
So what you could do is you could just play you could just activate Chalice, and then play a defender or something, and just keep ignoring the problem because he has a lot of time. You know, defenders gain you 5. Harbinger only does 3, so you can put off your decision and start, churning through your deck with Chalice. Once you get a harsh rule, you feel a lot more secure.
But every turn you do that, you are losing. Well, Lunix is gaining 3 health.
He's already at 40. I don't think that Kamato's going to try to burn. I just don't think it's going to work. Well, he goes for the Curator play.
Yeah, I like this. Because also now the Vara doesn't bring back Black Sky Harbinger, which is very bad because that's a very big life swing on a stick.
Well, it still will. There's another one in the void already.
Yeah, but you didn't have 2.
All right.
You got 1. 1's bad enough. And there's a second Kothon. Actually, with the silenced Black Sky, that Kothon's looking more and more appealing, unless Linux can find the champions.
Yeah, the what's it called? The Lightning Storm, not looking so good. Death Strike, again, we've talked about this before. Chalice is all bad units, so there's nothing really that you specifically want to Death Strike.
I mean, I guess Kothon, but the Kothon's come down and activate at that point. It's just a 2/3 flyer. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, if a Lunix doesn't play anything, I think Kothon, activate Kothon, draw a card off Kothon with Chalice is super likely.
Yeah.
And then a Lunix is in trouble, because he's going to get the flying beat down. And backed up by that many channels, he's going to need to mount an offense pretty quickly.
I think if you're on Linux, I think I might be forced to play this Vara. He passes. Okay. I mean, I guess he doesn't know about no, because I'm thinking a turn ahead. Yeah, because he's not in any dramatic danger here. He set himself with a buffer to.
You really want to save that Vera for champion if you can. Finding champion is his #1 goal.
What do you? Okay, got the banner off the Black Bloodcaster trigger activation even. So yeah, there's 3 damage in from Kamato, and there's a channel and it goes face. Okay.
All right. Interesting.
So it does 11. If I'm a Lunix, I'm thinking, okay, this guy's gonna try and combo me down here. I probably need to play this Black Sky Harbinger.
So if a Lunix doesn't gain any life, and the next channel just does 12, and then 12, that is lethal.
That is lethal. Yeah.
Even if he gains a bit of life with the Harbinger, there is a 3/6. So Kamato.
Oh no, because he has the Marshal in hand. I think he might actually be out.
Again, Kamato's not under any pressure, so he's not committed to this plan by any means. But he does see a line to get lethal before his opponent is able to find one of the champions that make things really complex. So he's decided, I guess, to go for it. Can always back off and go with a Kothon or something if he feels the need to. And he's holding up a Desert Marshal, so he's not completely out there. I think. No, I don't know why I think that.
Yeah, just striking the fly. I like that. Plays the mana, plays Vara. Okay, chooses not to play Vara. Yeah, take out the flyer, slowing down the clock of Kamato.
So he's just going to channel again.
Yeah.
Onyx has
So
decided
then,
we're just gonna burst.
yeah. So he goes to 11, and this Black Sky Harbinger does actually take him out of lethal range. And Kamato does... Okay, yeah, Kamato does have enough to get him to the lethal, I think. But Lunex does just need to play Thwara. There's no way you don't here. Because otherwise you are dead to the channel that you have to presume your opponent has at this point, because he's throwing two-face.
No, I agree.
I think it is unfortunate, but I think Lunex is just dead. I'm struggling to... Because like, even if he top like champion now, what does he do with it?
I'm confused as to what the stop is.
Yeah.
I don't see any, like, you can't cast Lightning Strike here. There's no attacks. Oh, he's choosing his discard. Okay.
Okay,
it says waiting, but it doesn't say who it's waiting for.
Yeah.
All right. Not.
Yeah, there's Vara. Here comes Black Sky. And Lunex goes to 15? Yeah. So it does take him out of immediate channel range.
So you've got 3 silences, so you probably spend 2 of them, I guess, since you're going for this channel plan. And then...
I think you go silence channel, hope to find...
No. You need to silence Vera, and if you're still on the channel plan, you also need to silence the BSH now.
Yeah.
So... do that, play the Kothon, chalice the Kothon, and
of course, if you top like a power, this deck just becomes a lot easier when you just go silence channel.
You don't want to channel except for the kill, though. That is your last channel, the Tempest. So you want to set up for that. So silence,
yeah.
and then set up for Kothon.
Yeah, that makes more sense, thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, there's Silence 1, goes to Vara.
Higher priority.
And
interestingly, there was another unit, like the Steward in Lunex's hand, could have brought back something else.
Yeah, there's a Steward in Lunex's hand, but it's, I know, well, I think the rest of Lunex's is void. Yeah, it's just Steward in there. Bringing back a Steward isn't going to do
exciting,
enough. Yeah, to the point where I think it's just worth holding, because if this Black Sky dies, you can just bring back the Black Sky. That's a pretty good harsh rule.
I mean...
he didn't silence the Black Sky Harbinger. I think he might be doing that. Oh, kick him ambush. That's fine.
I mean, if he wants to. He might just decide... Kamato might just decide, okay, whatever, he gains another 3, let's just harsh rule and reset. No, okay, so he does go for it.
Yeah, because it, like, you know your opponent's playing Varas, you might just want to get out of the way now.
Yep, that's fair.
Storm kills 2 units. And then, to be fair, they were both units that weren't Chalice buff, so that is kind of important, but
there's enough stuff for Chalice to buff. Oh, double Storm.
Double Storm, yeah, okay, that's going to be...
Alright, that cleared out 4 units. That's a little bit more exciting.
Yeah. I think the harsh rule is coming down here from Kamato, and then you can just go, okay, hold this Kothon.
I think... Okay, yeah, that attacks his harsh rule. You're correct.
Yeah.
He's going to harsh rule here.
the old double block. Actually, with that double block... Oh, no, because it's only got 1 attack, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the kill. Actually, with that... Okay, it plays the harsh rule anyway. I was thinking maybe now your opponent's traded, you just... Well, I guess this is probably the last chance you're going to have to play...
Lumen Defender, draw a card?
Lumen Defender. Okay, that makes sense as well. I was thinking, because if you play the Kothon, you can just start swinging in next turn. But if you want to play it a bit slower, that's also fine. Just make sure you get enough cards to get you there.
Just going for the life buffer, I guess. Well, he really wants the Kothon activate in the same turn.
Yeah, I think he could have done it last turn. Yeah, because he could have done it last turn. Lumen Defender +5 plus the tap is 2. Yeah, he could have done it last turn.
But he also wants to chalice it. Uh-oh.
That's a champion. Okay, this game becomes a lot more interesting very quickly.
Well, it's Combra Healer Silence for sure.
Oh yeah, that Sakis, never mind. Ooh, if I see that trade, I'm thinking I might trade away my champion there. Because you know your opponent's playing a couple of silences, right?
Yes.
Like, if it's off the table, it can be brought back by Avara, and it is your best chance of winning the game.
It is pretty aggressive to trade that off, though. Like, you know your opponent has something, but you also don't have a Vera in hand. So
Yeah, but how else are you winning the game if not by Champion of Cunning? That's my only concern here.
which is where the question becomes: how do you win the game by killing your Champion of Cunning, right?
Well, you just got offered a trade with the deadly unit just there.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, how do you win it by killing your own unit, right?
I guess.
That's
but
also not that great
opponent
for you.
We still have
Anyway,
a 7-5, which so you do have the ground locked up. You are taking 6 damage.
that's a 6 damage channel. Boo, weak.
Oh, that lightning strike actually makes this play a lot better. Actually, so I only take 2 damage a turn. Kavato is going to have to wait a couple turns to build up this channel to actually be lethal. That wisdom does a lot of work.
Or maybe he can just draw a whole bunch of cards right now.
Just play channel. Just play card draw tribal.
I mean, that's basically what Chalice is when you get right down to it.
Yeah.
Just look at all my cards I can draw. Holds the Temple Scribe. It's kind of funny.
Why not? There's a levitate. So what does this shuffle in? Oh, that actually
Big block.
does kill.
Big block.
Yeah. That's not terrible. Don't know what Lunix drew into, but if that's another champion, that could be big.
Yeah.
So there's another activated.
Oh, there's
baby.
another harsh roll. Oh, there's a swindle.
Yeah, the swindle.
There we go.
Swindle.
Okay, guys. Time to play Wisdom of the Elders for 5. At slow speed.
Yeah.
No!
It's counted!
Joke's on you, he just set up the Death Strike. Outplayed.
Yeah. So not only is it a slow speed, Wisdom of the Elders, it also got counted.
So, let's see, he's at 4 cards, goes up to 5, does 8. He's 1 damage off. Actually, he just kills him if he A-spaces. Channel's lethal.
Yeah.
There's no cards in hand.
No, well, rip. Yeah, there's the channel. Goes face, draws 3, goes. So that's 8 damage. Goes to 5. A-space is lethal. Yeah.
Yeah. Good game. So we watched one Felon Control deck get the better of the Chalice, but now this Chalice deck has Feather with their backs on the ropes. So let's take a look at the sideboard. Let's see what we can do to solve this particular problem.
Yes. So yeah, this is Lunix. Lunix has the 2 gifts, has an Omen as well, which I do really like to make sure you can actually give a man a gift. Rain of Frogs would have been very good in the last game. You just turn 4 Channel Tempest Wincons into frogs, which admittedly do get channel draws, but you do also then not have to worry about taking like 20 odd damage from channel. But Rain of Frogs is one of those cards that's either really, really good or really, really bad, and it's take it or leave it. I'm not entirely sure if Lunix will want it or not. Let's see what Kamato has. Various cards. The decay might come in if you're expecting a gift to come in, but you have to rely on actually getting it in your hand, so it's not quite as good. I do like boarding in Great Parliament just as making sure you have a way to deal with the flyers and as a backup Wincon. Permafrost is pretty decent because it stops the recursion bullshit going on from the Varas. Backlash is also really good because you can backlash the swindle. That's kind of the thing you have to do.
Yeah, that wasn't something that I expected going into today's matches, that we'd need to talk about backlashing swindles. But hey,
yeah, I did just see on the hand cam the Rain of Frogs were boarded in there from a Lunix.
Yes.
So we will be seeing those.
Well, I mean, if you hit the channels,
yeah, if you hit the channel, it's good. If you hit the what's it called? If you hit the Chalice, that's pretty good as well because you take out that card draw engine.
Yes.
So they're just literally playing bad card tribal.
So Tatsumaki was playing the Aegis plan for blocking the Feln gift. Now Kamato has playing 2 decays in the board, probably specifically for this.
The problem I have with decay is you have to have decay in your hand when they cast the gift,
which is really no different from Protect when you get right down to it.
Yeah, but like you can. I'm not entirely convinced though, because I mean, I guess it is also a live draw, but like if they don't play the channel, it is sort of a dead card. At least with most of the protect Aegis stuff, you can at least protect from other effects as well.
So it's better than Island's Favor at this particular job, since if you need to deploy the Favor Aegis like super early on, and
Yeah.
so it's a little bit better there, but it is a card that doesn't do anything other than kill gift after it's been cast.
Yeah.
So it's like there aren't even any permafrosts that Alunix is probably. Alunix might bring in permafrost, but
Yeah,
I think that's a
hate
little bit
perma,
unlikely.
Yeah, no, not from Lunex. Sorry, I was thinking about Kamato bringing perma because that is actually good versus.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we'll gloss over that.
But decays can only hit your opponent's stuff, so
Yeah,
if a Lunix doesn't have the permas, then it's just going to be the gifts.
yeah. So I'm not convinced by decay. So we're just waiting to finish off what they're going to bring in. What is it? Do you board in more backlash? Do you think?
I
don't know.
Oh, as Kamato, I don't think you need to. As a Lunix, if he had him, I think you bring him in. Obviously,
yeah. As a Lunix, you absolutely board him in. You harsh rule and channel and stuff. You got plenty of big things to hit with that. I think we might be going to game very shortly. I think we are in game actually.
Yeah, Alunix just popped into game. So we'll hop back down there. Team Titans is on the verge of sweeping OND Feather, which, I don't know, Feather has some good players on it. I mean, they got two invitational champions, so I think a lot of people were expecting Feather to come out swinging, but Kamato alone is proving to be a little bit too much. Yes, as chat says, Chalice broken? It's looking good today.
Not broken, extremely slow, as we found out several times.
Yes, and people bring Feln to beat it, and it worked the first time. Second time, game one didn't look good.
Yeah.
And this doesn't actually work. For those of you who are getting confused, yes, I clicked on the wrong player. We've got the hand cam and the main cam on the same player.
Whoops.
Whoops.
So, Kamato with literally no units for this Chalice, and that's kind of sad. And Lunix has the Rain of Frogs. Oh my!
It's going to be a turn too slow though. But it will hit the yes.
Yeah, it hits the channel. That's absolutely fine. And there's the domain board decay as well. The sideboard didn't decay. So that's super sad.
Hey, you can next level Kamato. You can keep your channel. So I'm taking your decays. Gift is gonna stick. I don't think you do that. I think that's much worse.
No, you don't do that. You go, okay, I don't. Well, Alunix has 3 champions in his hand. I've just noticed this.
And they're going to be active on 5. I think this game is going to go Kamato's way very quickly.
Yeah, Alunix
he didn't play frogs. He didn't play frogs on 4.
Did not play frogs? Was he?
He has 2 frogs and he didn't play frogs on 4.
What is this game?
All right, that was another next level. Frogging the channel does give Kamato a unit for the Chalice. So we're trying to avoid letting Kamato draw any cards. No.
And the sabotage as well. And Alunix just playing hand disruption.
I think you lead with the sabotage.
Yeah, lead with the sabotage. Realize your opponent's holding a channel. Go, I'm having this. Oh, I think you might be playing. Yeah,
around Island's Favor.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. We got outplayed.
Well, I mean, I still think you toss it off for the first one because you drew the second one.
Yeah, I can see that, but like getting the Island's Choice is actually massive because now you take out an Island's Choice, you take out all the channels. There's no way you don't take a channel here.
I'm rooting for decay. I don't think it's right, but I'm rooting for decay.
I don't think it's right, and I don't want it to happen.
Well, first of all, you've got the second frog, so if you really wanted the decay, you could get it next turn anyways, because it's not like the decay's going anywhere.
If your opponent draws a backlash or an Island's Favor, you do get super blown out. Yeah, he plays the sentinel play.
No, I mean, you can take the decay next turn if you care.
Yeah.
Right? Like, obviously, you have to take the channel here.
Yeah.
And as soon as a Lunix draws a blue source, he's in fantastic shape with triple champion.
As soon as Lunix draws a primal source, he's won the game. Like, Kamato is nothing. And that's a... I'm getting myself... He's just going to play a 5-5. He doesn't care.
Alright, so that can get silenced and probably will.
Yeah. Oh, Lunix also has a channel in hand.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
This game is going a lot better for the Feln deck.
Yeah. So Lunix just swings in with the 5-5? Oh, that's unfortunate. He's on 4 of each.
Well, I mean, it's going to be good if he draws a banner or a seat.
Yeah. And also, to be fair, any power gives him channel. Like, that's not bad either. Unfortunately, Kamato has found some units now, so he is playing a reasonable board state, I'd say. It's not a bad one, as Lunix is willing to trade off this 5/5 for a frog, I imagine, is what's going to happen here.
Yeah, doesn't this just get double blocked?
Yeah, it absolutely gets double blocked. I don't think he can bluff any. He might be bluffing Annihilate. In which case, that would turn out okay, I guess. You don't really get much benefit, but you do take out 2 units. Oh, he has a witch in hand. Like, he's not like a witch, so I'm thinking he might be thinking, go, okay, I kill a unit and then I just play the witch.
I think he just wants to cut back some of the damage that he's going to take.
Mm.
Plays another champion, yeah.
And there's Kamato.
Kamato
really unsure.
wants to get rid of these, but can't rule his own board. And now these decays are just sort of sitting there.
His board is better until a Lunix finds a primal source.
Yeah. Or, God forbid, a seat or a banner.
Yeah, if it's a seat, he's super dead.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess Kamato can draw like 5 cards. Nice swindle.
Mm. So Lunix just trucks out the card draw.
Two cards? Did we find it?
Drum roll, please.
We found the primal.
Got there. And there's a second one. So both of these live. Like, even if Kamato finds an Aegis Break, he's not going to have enough to play 2 Aegis Breakers and a Harsh Roll, I don't think.
Unless
okay, never mind.
Just slam 2 harsh rolls in one turn.
Never mind.
All right. Take it easy there, Hythar, with your...
But it's fine. Lunix still has a channel in hand. He could just reload. He finds a Vara, he's sorted, because he has a fair few decent units he can just play off Vara. And Kamato's going to burn his removal. He's got no silence and no removal left in hand.
Oh, he's not doing it.
All
right, so he's playing for time.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to draw some cards first.
Yeah, he has decent blocks for the first turn.
Yeah.
Beyond that,
tempting.
Yeah.
I don't think that's better though.
Yeah.
Plays the second chalice. Okay.
Yeah, second chalice comes down. Rain of Frogs hits Archive Curator.
No, Rain of Frogs hits Harsh Rule.
It's Harsh Rule. What am I saying? Oh my lord.
Uh-oh.
And he drew the Vara as well.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, here's the thing. Knowing that you've drawn the Vara, I don't mind hitting the Archive Curator instead. Just forcing out the double harsh rule, playing Vara, saying you have no silence. What are you going to do?
That's a little bit deep, Kirby.
It's a bit deep, but you do force your opponent to double harsh rule into nothing.
Or you could just force your opponent to have no answer to the first round of champions, and then just win the game. That could work.
I mean, your opponent does have good blocks currently. To be fair, a channel on a unit does actually do a lot of work here. Like you channel the 3/6 or the 4/5. All right, just anything in the air, just gives you much better blocks. You have double activated champions. You can just do whatever the hell you want at this point. Yeah, you just pass it. You have 9/5s now. If you find some annihilates, you're golden basically.
Which Storm wins the game? Harbinger wins the game over 2 turns.
Nightmare's lethal.
I don't think a Lunix plays Nightmaw. That was a different Found deck that we've already seen today.
So there's a double silence on one of the champions, which is fair enough, I guess. This is dangerous, close to assembling Witch Storm. He has the Vara. Another Vara, the Withering Witch. It just needs some Storm effect. Sabotage hits Wisdom, I guess? Like, I don't think you're hitting the cave. You don't have as an gift in your hand. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you really want to play the gift, you can just take out the decay, but I think taking out the wisdom is probably the better choice here, because you're denying your opponent more draws to find something to do with this 9/5. Okay, does take out the decay, so I think he's gunning towards finding this gift. Activates the Lacaster.
Why didn't that work?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I'm doing some production. I'm trying to get the bracket working. It's all right.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
and the next may or may not have a crystalline chalice in his hand, which is completely ruined by the fact that he has a champion of cunning buffing up all his units.
Look at me, I'm the Chalice player now.
No, he can't. He literally can't use it because as soon as he plays a unit with 2 or less attack, he just gets buffed up immediately.
Well, I mean, he took out the decays, so the Chalice gets to stick around. He can play it with his Bloodcaster if he
I would like to
activates it on the
point out
Bloodcaster immediately. Witch, you can get a 3/3 Witch.
Komodo has actually established a fairly reasonable board here. Unfortunately, the Witch Storm is still very much alive but lethal. It's just a question of can Lunix find a storm?
It's going to be a long time before Lunix is able to attack, but...
Yeah. Did you actually board up? There's the Black Sky Harbinger. It's
oh, and there's the Witch. All right, we got it.
Boop, boop. A space your face. You have a Desert Marsh, but I don't think that soaks enough damage to save you. Yeah, you're dead.
No.
Yep, come on.
All right.
Sit up. I think whatever. I think he might be able to survive one turn, but I think that was it. And I think that puts us 1-1, doesn't it?
That does. Guys, we're going to game 3 in the control mirror. Much to everyone's enjoyment, I'm sure.
Oh, Lord.
Well, that game was at least exciting.
That game was exciting.
Rain of Frogs showed its merit there.
Yes, it did. The problem I have is, if the Fell deck wins, we have to go into a fourth match in the series.
Well... oh. So...
that's what to look forward to.
Alright, so players are just going to sideboarding. I need a minute because I was supposed to release deck lists for our third match of the day about 20 minutes ago, and those players are probably annoyed.
Given the amount of delays we've been having so far, I think what's 20 minutes, right?
Alright, so players are just doing their final sideboarding. Kamado probably wasn't too happy about those Rain of Frogs that are coming in, so we may see a bit more emphasis on the backlashes and the island's choice, so we may see those come in a little more.
Yes. That was like, you had 2 Rain of Frogs and then 3 champions to back it up. That was absolutely brutal. Oh, Lord. I'm going to get some highlight material out of these games. It's going to take me like 10 years to go through it all, but I'm going to get some highlight material.
It's going to take these games 10 years to go through. All right, the players are back in. They're playing quickly, so we'll get you right back into the action. I'll try to click on the right player as other people jump into game and they move around on the friends list. All right, we handled it this time.
Good, we got it. We got there. So Kamato with a hand of... it's not great. He doesn't actually have any playable cards in his hand until he finds either another Primal Source. Actually, another Primal Source gives him 4th power, so he does decide to chuck that hand back. And draws into the hand that's slower, but at least he gets him his influence space and he doesn't have to card draw off the Wisdom. Meanwhile, Lunix has the Swindle and he's looking right at it. I think you have to ball that hand. There's not enough action there. You get up to 4 power, but it's awkward influence, especially because you want your double Primal for your Wisdoms and your Swindles, apparently.
We'll have to ask about that, because that...
That seems so optimal.
If you don't have Spark, it's not a lot of cards, and at least in this matchup, it's been a little bit tough to get Spark going whenever you want it.
So, Lunix does just draw into the Azrael's gift straight away, and Kamato has no decay to answer it. If Lunix can ramp here, he is just golden. Which is unfortunate for us, because that means we have to go to game 4.
But certainly good for ONG. OND Feather, which would really like to take this match. I mean, nobody wants to lose a week, but certainly nobody wants to get swept, especially by Chalice.
No one's got to get the first sweep as well. Like, this would be the first sweep of the entire team league, which would certainly go down the record books
in its second match. So
yes,
so it's not like there's been a whole lot. But.
Okay, so Lunix just going to swing in. It's pretty free attack at this point, and they'll follow up with the Steward of the Past.
So here we're seeing some aggression. We might get to see the famous Celestial Omen for power on 6 to guarantee the turn 7 gift.
I wouldn't hate that, you know? I wouldn't hate that.
I mean, that's if you're on 6 and you don't have another source, that's what you do, because turn 7 gift really is just that good.
Yeah. Like the T7 gift is just like Kamato might as well concede on the spot if he doesn't have decay. He has the backlash to backlash the Omen for power. Oh
I mean,
lord.
you backlash the Omen,
Yeah,
right?
you absolutely backlash the Omen. I don't know if he can hold it up though.
Because yeah,
Like he's gonna go with full power here. He's gonna probably use the chalice. Does he commit the Temple Scribe? That's the question. Or does he hold the backlash? He holds the backlash.
he's holding the
Okay.
backlash, so he's worried specifically about. Oh, okay, so it's not coming out
Okay.
this turn.
Yeah. So it can't come out this turn. But Olympics has Omen into gift into channel. That is filthy.
Backlashing this Seek power goes pretty deep, I think. I don't think that
That's-
this is the hill
I
you
mean-
choose to die on.
No, not Seek power. Ah. Oh lord. I like the fact that we are in a game where it's a serious consideration where you backlash the Seek power when your opponent's on 5.
Well, I mean, if he uses the backlash, he no longer needs to hold up the power, so he has
Yeah.
a bit more
Actually, he does,
flexibility.
because he still has the Island's Favor in hand. So that holding up the... Oh, does backlash it? Okay.
Perhaps because of that island's favor
Yeah.
or choice, island's choice.
Yeah, that line play does get a lot better knowing you do actually have the counterspell. Now here's the problem. You can't cast that Wisdom in the Elder safely, because if you don't draw the other power and your opponent does play the Omen, you're in for a bad time.
Yes.
So I think you're forced to use the Chalice here, just draw one card, or just play out the Scribe. No, he plays the... Meanwhile, you're doing this, you are actually getting surprisingly low. He's on 12, I just noticed.
Those vanquishes are not really doing what they want.
Felton just sort of blanks that.
Ha.
Here's the second Seek power.
Can't
Doesn't hit home. Yeah.
can't island's choice that.
But he's gonna.
So he does have a 3/3 to block the 2/5 now.
Yeah, so he's
So
gonna
he's
go
only taking 6.
6?
Down to 6.
But he
Easy.
doesn't have a harsh rule. That's what concerns me.
Well, he's gonna get to draw some cards off of that Wisdom of the Elders.
And I think the turn he plays harsh rule, Illumix just goes, okay,
Gift.
take this.
Here you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is that Kamato has Decay instead of Aegis, so he can remove it after the fact. Even if he's powered down when he gets a gift slapped on him, Illumix probably had to power down to do that too. So if he can get that next turn Decay, he's fine.
The problem with that is at that point you do have chucked 8, 9 cards, some high number.
No, because gift does not trigger until the end of the player's turn that it gets put
so he's
on.
going to have chucked some number of cards to very little advantage, and so he's going to choose to double block this Bloodcaster here.
That's fine.
And go to 6. Yes,
Is that better than drawing a card? Drawing to Harsh Rule might have helped out. Amber Acolyte, I mean, he's sort of in the chump territory.
Yeah, he's absolutely in Chumpland. You are on 7. Okay, you do have a bit of health gain now thanks to this Combrade Healer.
So playing Combrade Healer does drop the shields with Island's choice. But, I mean, when you're on 5 power, you cannot hold up 3 power every turn forever.
Yeah, you
At
have
least
to let
he
it go
does
at some
have
point.
wisdoms, so...
Yeah. So it's either probably either drawing cards, or you really commit to Island's Favour, or you play the Combrade Healer. Or you don't coast on here. No, you get more power. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
It's like you are stuck on 5, you do need to actually get up. So yeah, I don't hate that.
I would have expected him to go for a double block on the Silence 3/5, and then just go down to 4 and hold up the favor, because then you can wisdom if you don't. The wisdom makes the holding up the choice, a lot more palatable.
Yeah.
But...
I think as a Lunex, you have to realize your opponent's basically tapped out. He can't stop you omening here. Omen for power, here we go. As Kawato just throws the 1/1 under the deadly and double blocks. Does he have? No, he doesn't have remove. I don't know where he covered over hand. So yeah, he loses the silenced steward. Still has 1/3/5 on the table, and
now we say omen for power, and that very well could be what happens.
I actually don't hit omen for champion here.
Yeah, omen for champion is good. Omen for Rain of Frogs is good if you want to clear the way potentially.
Okay. If you really want to win,
because at some point you're going to draw 1 more power and just slam gift.
Yeah.
Right. So the question becomes, how do you want to play that? Do you want to slam the gift next turn? Then you're omening for power, and it's just a 6 power seek power. That's what happens.
Okay, he got power. Yeah. So yeah, he's coming to the just make sure you get this gift down. You do have the Vara, you have the channel. You're not too worried. You once you get this gift down, you can got plenty of ways to win the game in your hand. You don't need more win cons. I feel is the thing he's going for here. He just wants to make sure he can win the game.
Well, the other thing is that drawing power pushes him towards channel.
That's also true.
Kamado is at 7.
Yes, that's also very good.
Could be going down to 4 if he doesn't block here, because he is making an attack. No, he chooses his bind.
Yeah, I think he realizes he probably should make sure this champion, not this champion, the steward dies. He did tap out, so he's gonna get gifted here. As who's got the pause? Is it Kamato right now? I guess it must be. He's tapped out. I think he's deciding how he wants to attack here.
If he wants to attack.
Yeah, the way I think he's swinging with the 2-1 if you're swinging with anything. Because at least then you can. No, yeah, you can play the Kothon this turn. You can't swing with Kothon. That's if you swing with anything. I don't think you do.
You'd rather trade the 2-1 and the 3-3.
Yeah, like there's no way you're just swinging with both. At best, at your most greedy, you're swinging with the 2-1 and only do 2 points of damage. I like.
So it's possible that he's planning out his next turn right now. Just spending some time to consider. You know, do I want to double block? Do I want to attack? Because if you're not planning on blocking, you want to attack for the damage, right? If you're not planning on blocking at all. And if you are planning on blocking, you're probably planning on double blocking.
Yeah.
So that is a significant decision, because 5 damage is not insignificant in a match where channel deals 12.
Yeah, like he takes the 3 if he doesn't block, and that gets to 4, and then he's pretty much dead to this channel. Like no matter what happens, if he double blocks, then he's still at this channel, but it's going to take longer. So he can actually draw into. Well, he has the islands. It makes it easier. Okay, there's the gift. That's what I knew was happening.
All right, now we play hope to draw decay in your top 2 cards.
Yeah. So Kamato plays Kothon, and I think if you're on this plan, I think you play.
Okay, is gift your top card? Because his only out to find gift is to draw a card off Chalice and play it, or to find decay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like if you all, okay, here's how you play it. I don't think if you're playing Kothon, I don't think you're on the dig for decay plan. I think you're on the just play out as much of my hand as I can safely plan. So he does silence up this champion, chucks the rest of his hand, which is a fair amount of stuff. And now Alunex basically has free reign. If he top decks power, he's in very good shape because he gets this Bara. He gets the channel is active, which probably he's going to hold. He has
so I can actually check this. All right, there's nothing worth varying in the yard.
No, not yet. I mean, there is an argument to be made in that if you're not expecting a silence out through front, you could just Vara out the Bloodcaster and draw some cards. I think that's a bit too greedy, but it is an option you have. Yeah, he just passes.
Holding on to that levitate for a block.
Yeah. Levitate block's fine. Can I plug in activate Chalice and play Temple Scribe? Or one ordering of that?
I mean, I assume you play Temple Scribe.
Yeah, there's...
Nope, chooses to go for the Kothon play.
There's actually a world in which the Lunex does get just beaten down by flyers here. I don't think it's this world, but it does exist. Because Levitate will block something.
Well,
oh, there's the ace, totally. Okay, he holds back the.
So he's getting aggressive, and that's good.
Yeah.
Because when you're out of cards, you want to get aggressive. Yeah.
I think you block the 4/3 and.
I think you'd toss the levitate, see what you find. You know, you could find a Death Strike, you could find a Fast Spell, Wisdom, something exciting.
With this line of play, though, I think Lunix is probably going to have to play the Vara next turn just to make sure he doesn't get aggro down. Because that's not an insignificant amount of damage he's about to take here. It's going to be 1 to 5. Okay, it's 5, 6, 7, 8 damage minimum. Okay, maybe it's not as much as I thought it was, but it's still not nothing. Especially because you got another Kothon activating next turn, probably. It's just, what do you want to play around? Yeah, he's going to levitate.
I mean, that happens, right?
Yeah, that happens. He still leaves his blocks open. He does block the Kothon. And takes 10 then, I believe? Yeah. And then Tomato discards the Temple Scribe, and Lunix draws. Channel is 2 damage off lethal. So, it's a question of what does
I
he
assume
do?
you play Vera now. Like
Yeah, I
there
think.
is another steward to bring back, and just solidifying your ground blockers is fine. You got another
Yeah. Is it
levitate.
Silent Steward? It's just a Silent Steward, so that kind of hurts. You're still going to get pinged in the air for quite a bit.
Doesn't really matter. It doesn't block the flyers anyways. Bigger than
Yeah.
anything on the ground.
She's going to levitate.
Draw a card, see what he gets.
And that's a power.
Oh, he already had the banner. Just channels?
Oh!
Channels the Kothon? So that was the Kothon that was going to, oops.
This is really
Can't
dangerous.
play it, awkward. That was the Kothon that was going to ultimate. So I was going to make another 4-4.
It was. Okay, I get it. Oh, he did. He did also find second virus, so that's not too bad.
So Kamado draws a channel on 7, which is not ideal. Not
There's
great.
no physical way he can cast that this turn.
I think you chalice your curator. I think that's better than attacking for 5 and just attack for 4.
Yeah, chalice the curator hit for 4. That's not. That's still pretty good. Oh, man. I am actually super scared for Lunix now, because now he's burned that channel. He's gonna take a. The air clock is very much real this game.
So, Lunix does have one more channel in his list.
Yes.
So he does have the out to just draw lethal. Kamado is probably considering, again, how much he wants to attack with before he does anything.
Yeah.
Island's Choice, not a super relevant
draw.
draw.
Oh, no, because it just gets discarded, doesn't it? Never mind.
Doesn't do anything. All right, chooses to go with everything. So he pushes 9.
Okay. Now this is where things get super sketchy, because now Lunix, if he top decks Avara's favor, has lethal. If he top decks Black Sky Harbinger, he also has lethal. This is super sketchy by Lunix. I don't know how I like, not by Kamato even. I don't know how I like that. He's got a Wisdom, so he's got he's got 3 draws there to find any ping effect.
I don't think ping effects are lethal though.
Oh no, what am I thinking? I'm thinking he's swings twice. I'm losing my mind. I can't count anymore.
You're thinking he's at 4. All right, so this stalls the board a bit.
Yeah, this doesn't stall the board in the slightest.
No, that's 5. All right.
That's lethal.
Never mind.
What the hell?
Kamado takes it.
1? What the fuck?
I can't count.
I can't count either.
Whoops.
It's fine. We've just been watching this game for what feels like 10 years.
I got too excited looking at his life total, and then you switched the life total, so I switched the life total. So I'm like, no, he's at 7. He's okay.
He's dead.
And then he died.
Yeah.
He put too few blockers and was dead on board.
Yeah.
Couldn't block the flyers. Okay.
All right.
So
the news is we don't go to game 4.
Kamado ends up clutching it, or I wouldn't say clutching it out, but he ends up sneaking through just enough damage to take down a Lunix and sweeps the match for Titans. So Titans takes down Feather 3-0.
And more importantly, we don't have to watch another Chalice match or a film control match immediately. I hope.
No, next match we'll be going to will be a little bit different.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We don't have to go back there. Please don't send me back.
So I am just setting up the graphic for that. So we have a 3-0 win from Titans and a 3-1 win for Destiny. So both of the right teams have won so far. So it'll be OND Flame versus SPG Echo up next after the break. We're just going to need to get everything set up and ready for the next match. So this shouldn't be here anymore. So we will be right back.